So, but as Penny is only a year and a half, it was a bit more of a struggle trying to entertain her for the whole 9 hours. It wasn't a struggle, it was just a bit more sort of, you have to move around a bit more when you've got little kids. But it's no big deal, like, you know, she'll sit there for a while and she'll play on the TV screen, that's fine. You know, whole takeoff, it's usually fine, they're strapped to you and they like the turbulence of going up into the sky, so they're happy with that. And then it might be like half hour in and then she wants to get off or she wants to go for a walk, which I like. And I really like the fact that when you walk up and down, that people come and talk to you. I think because they must get a bit bored, like on that 9-hour flight, you're sitting there and you can only watch telly and you can only really, what else can you do? Like play games, I Spy? But I think people like talking to other people on the aeroplane, and I like that because when Penny was walking up and down, they was talking to her and it just made the time go quicker as well. Like, it's so much better than just sitting in your chair and, you know, just trying to get her to stay in there with you. So yeah, we had a little walk up and down, and right at the back of the plane there's like a little, I don't know if it's different on the bigger planes because we went with TUI this time, but on the back of our plane we had like a little, it had like the toilets and then it had like the staff room at the back, and then it got like a bit more of like a walk around in there. So I took her to the back and she was just happy walking left, right for ages, and there was that little ramp and she just loved going up and down that, so that passed the time away. And then yeah, so she done that a lot on the flight, and thinking, so you're probably thinking, how did we cope when the dinner come? Because obviously we've got to have our trays open, and if Penny is, or if you've got the baby on your lap, then how does that work out? Because we only had 3 seats, so Penny was just a passenger sitting on someone's lap. So what we did is we either lifted the arms up, so Georgia was in the middle, and we could place Penny in the middle of us as well, so she would happily sit there with Georgia and eat some of her food. Or what we did is we just swapped, so Jim would have Penny for 10 minutes while I eat my food, and then we just swapped around. So a few people also asked whether there are changing facilities for babies on the airplane. Yes, there are. It usually is on the wall, so you'll just see the sign, just take them, put it down the table and you can change them. And you've got the bin literally right next to you, so you haven't got far to move. They're not going to fall off the table, because you know how big a toilet is anyway on the airplanes. They're not, you know, they're not massive. You can't swing a cat in them. So yeah, so you know, you've got the bin right behind you, happy days. The staff were really friendly on the TUI flight. We had some lovely ladies on the way there and on the way home. They helped us out as much as possible. On the way home, we a bit of a muddle up with all the seats, so people were sitting in different places. We were luckily sitting together still, but well, I'll tell you about the story in a minute. We was lucky enough to still sit together, but some people were complaining, and then there were spare seats, and the reason that the seats were all changed was because there was meant to be 2 flights going home, and I think they just got one big aeroplane and everyone was in that same plane. So there were spare seats left, right and centre where, you know, I don't know if people just didn't turn up, or I don't know why sometimes there are spare seats. But I managed to, which is a really good idea, if there are spare seats, always ask a member of staff, because they might let you sit there if you've got a baby, and then you've got the seat, and then you've got 2 seats for the baby to lay down or to play. So that happened to me on the way home. I was sitting with Jim, and then there was a spare seat up ahead, and I said to her, is it okay if I go and sit over there? And she said, yeah, that's fine. Happy days. So yeah, I went over there and sat with Penny for the whole flight. I mean, we had like 20 minutes to 40 minutes of turbulence after takeoff, so we could not take the seatbelt off, and that was a bit of a struggle because Penny didn't like sitting still. So I was watching something with her, and I was like talking about dogs because she absolutely loves dogs. There's, you know, there's always ways around it. So yeah, so, and the ladies were really, really helpful, like because Jim was over there and I left like her milk over there and she needed a milk, and what else did I leave over there? A teddy bear, because she takes this that little cusky thing with her everywhere for bed. So yeah, so I was like, oh, do you mind getting that for me? She's like, yeah, of course, I'll do it. You know, you stuck here, so I'll do it. I'll do whatever you want me to do to help out. So she was coming backwards and forwards, and they was always coming up and asking if we was all right, which I really like. I really love it when staff are like that on aeroplanes. Like, we've been on an aeroplane before, and it was hard to try and get a member of staff out to you. I don't know what they do. I think sometimes they just sit in the back and try and forget about you until like meal times and things. But now this was a really good flight that we was on. So yeah, as long as you you know, if there was cases where they didn't come out to you and that, just make sure you stock up on snacks and things. I also recommend taking a dummy or giving them something to eat on takeoff, or their bottle of milk. Just sometimes like their ears can pop. That's it really. I mean, there's nothing else that I can really think of that we do, but by all means, if there's any questions that you'd like me to answer about flying with kids, if you've got any problems, you know, if there's just things that you've thought about and you just want to know some answers, I'm happy to answer them for you. Just leave me a DM or just comment down here, and you just enjoy your flight. Enjoy your flight with your kids. Like, you're going to an exciting place, or you know, you're going on holiday. Like, everyone should be happy on the flight, so you will be fine.